All right, shalom, shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. Before I get started, I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem, Rechak Wadash. Double honors to my apostles and my elders of Great Millstone who lead, teach, and rule well. Love and honors my fellow Akim, pushing the word in true faith and sincerity across the four corners. Shalom, peace and blessings to the sincere listeners and the sincere subscribers of the Men Doctrine and Great Millstone. This is the brother Yadai from Atlanta, coming with the quick lesson in which I actually wanted to touch upon this occurrence that happened a few days ago, in which I didn't want to speak too quickly on it. Kind of wanted to let some of the information as far as what occurred with this particular incident in this day, kind of come forth. But going into the collapse of this Francis Scott Key Bridge up in Maryland. Okay, so I just did a Google search for it in which this event was actually captured. The news with this event was actually captured on Wikipedia. So this is from Wikipedia, and the title of the article, it says Francis Scott Key Bridge collapse. It says on March 26, 2024 at 1:28 a.m., the main spans and the three nearest northeast approach spans of the Francis Scott Key Bridge across the Patapsco River between Hawkins Point and Dundalk, Maryland, United States, collapsed after the container ship Dali struck one of its piers, in which, I kind of witnessed this almost live when it happened. But like I said, just wanted to give a little bit of time for the, some of the news to come out, with this particular event. But yeah, man, going into, and we were even speaking upon that, going into the judgments of the Lord, the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, and also being according to prophecy, man. I'm not going to, show a video for the event, but when the event happened, as far as this bridge collapsed, it was pretty terrifying, man. To see the manner and the speed in which an entire physical structure as large as that bridge, not only the how it collapsed, but not only the fact that it collapsed, but in the way and the manner and the speed in which it collapsed. It was like, wow, man, like the scriptures speak upon, and we highlight the judgments and the terror of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, can definitely come quickly, man, swiftly, man, in an instant, so to speak. All right. So just reading into the event, it says 2 people were rescued from the river. One had no injuries, while the other was transported to a hospital in critical condition. 6 members of a construction crew working on the roadway were reported missing. 2 bodies were recovered, and the other 4 are presumed dead. Much of the port of Baltimore remains closed to shipping as a result of the collapse. Wes Moore, the Maryland governor, or the governor of Maryland, it probably should read, it says, called the event a global crisis and stated that over 8,000 jobs were impacted. So not only, because when an event like this occurs, the first, I'm presuming that the first, thought of mine goes into the direct judgment as far as, the people who, were physically impacted, and the people who were physically, put to death or physically impacted through this judgment. But then also, too, you have the after effects, even as far as the 8,000, as the governor said, potential jobs, if not more, because this is a main point of traffic, too. I've come to see and realize, following this event. This is a main bridge, a point for a lot of commerce as well. But minimum, the governor says estimated at least 8,000 jobs were impacted. It says the closure of the waterway has caused an estimated losses of $15 million per day. So every day that this bridge being down, is affecting an estimated $15 million in commerce, man. So this is a major event that just happened, you know. And like I said, even with the reports as far as, you know, the cause of it, you know, things like that, in which, you know, it's not too far fetched as far as some of the things I've heard, you know. The conspiracy side, you know, it can be easy to jump to the most lavish, you know, intricate explanation of why this happened. But, you know, reports, you know, I've seen, you know, it kind of makes sense as well. But, you know, I've heard reports as far as that, you know, it was just, you know, with these type of vessels and this type of trade and these type of, you know, commerce and these type of businesses, a lot of times they just do, you know, a poor job as far as the maintenance of these vessels, you know. So, you know, it may have been something as simple and basic as, you know, the maintenance just wasn't adhered to and wasn't, you know, the vessel wasn't properly maintained to, you know, do the type of commerce that they were doing. And they simply just, you know, lost power, you know, and lost the ability to, you know, guide the ship. And boom, you know, it was, you know, written and spoken, so to speak, that it would hit that structure and that bridge at that point in time. You know? And like I said, there may be other, you know, more intricate explanations, you know, that are either spoken of or, you know, are possibly later presented. But even if something is that basic, still could definitely go to show the power and the ease as far as the judgments of the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, and not only how they can have direct effect and direct ramifications in the moment, but also indirect and lasting effects as well. You know, like I said, not to get too much into this, but we're gonna read a little bit just for context. It says the Francis Scott Key Bridge was a steel arch-shaped continuous truss bridge. It opened in 1977 and it ran northeast from Hawkins Point, Baltimore to Solar's Point in Dundalk, crossing the Patapsco River, in which, you know, this area is, you know, is and was known highly for, of course, you know, areas that were previously owned and occupied by our brothers, the Gadites, man, going to the so-called Native American Indians. You know, even these names, these areas, you know. It said the port handled, it said a vital shipping route giving access to the port of Baltimore and one of the busiest in the United States. It says the port handled more than 444,000 passengers, in which, you see, you know, call on like Yahweh Shemel Shai. It says 52.3 million tons of foreign cargo valued at $80 billion in 2023, and was the leading U.S. port for automobiles and light trucks for the preceding 13 consecutive years, with more than 847,000 vehicles in 2023. So with this crash, what? It's going to affect highly the auto market. You see? It's going to affect highly the auto market, man. You know? In which, you know, I'm not going to go too much into it right now. I'm going to, you know, close this lesson out. I'm going to do something quick on this. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to go into Amos 3rd chapter real quick, man. This is Amos 3 and verse 4. It says, will a lion roar in the forest when he hath no prey? Will a young lion cry out of his den if he have taken nothing? Can a bird fall in a snare upon the earth where no gin is for him, where one take up a snare from the earth and have taken nothing at all? You see, so going into these traps, these snares, you know, and in the same way that if you or someone was hunting a particular bird of animal of prey, okay, or if a predator or apex predator were hunting, okay, its prey as well, you know, just blowing, just making an analogy. All right, verse 6, it says, shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid, shall there be an evil in the city, and the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai have not done it, in which even spiritually as well, even certain aspects of how we generally observe certain high holy days, even going to the Pesach in the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Going into what's a portion of that observance is the blowing of the ram's horn, going into that being symbolic, man, of a blowing of a trumpet. You see, so we do that literally, and then we also do that figuratively and spiritually as well. Even going into how we blow this warning, okay, by which when we warn the people, man, of the judgments that ought to come, man, from the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shema Shai. All right. Verse 7. Surely the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, will do nothing, but he revealeth his secrets unto his servants, the prophets, man. You see? But there was let me see, let's see. There we go. Yeah, that was good too. But what the priest I was actually thinking about was Amos, the 5th chapter as well. So that was good and that was applicable as well. But what actually prompted this lesson and kind of what I'm going to finish off on going to Amos, the 5th chapter. This is Amos 5. I'm going to start at verse 18. It says, woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, is darkness and not light, as if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall and a serpent bit him. Shall not the day of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, be darkness and not light, even very dark and no brightness in it? You see, and the main point, like I said, of that is how when the Most High, Yahweh Shema Shai, brings forth these judgments, to the earth and to people, no one can stop it. No one can avoid it. You see, even going into how, the strangeness of the judgment of the collapse of this Francis Scott Key Bridge, Francis Key Scott, whatever his name is, Francis Scott Key Bridge, because even with that, I believe even the individual who this bridge is named after, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, goes back to the writer of the Star Spangled Banner. If I'm not mistaken, goes back to one of them guys. So even with that, the collapsing of that quote unquote historical American figure, getting smashed down, and it was out of Edom, Esau, and the people's control. This ship just going about its way, reportedly loses power, okay, in the waterway. Can't steer, go left or right. Tries to drop anchor, but it's too heavy. It's moving too fast. If you go into the article, it actually describes what happened. More. You know what I'm saying? In which, like I said, what's reported. You know what I'm saying? It's feasible. Discuss. Talking about EMP attacks. Not, that's possible too. But just something as simple as bad maintenance and a ship losing power, or even if hypothetically, if someone on board was asleep at the wheel, so to speak, it goes to show you how something as one loaded cargo ship can enact $15 million a day in commercial damage, man, and loss. Let alone what occurred on top of that. That's just on what's reoccurring. So like I said, I just want to speak on that real quick. Lord willing, you've been edified. Once again, before I close out, I'm going to give all praise and glory to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Rachak Wadash. Double honors to my apostles and my elders, a great millstone who lead, teach, and rule well. Love and honor to my fellow Akim, pushing the word in true faith and sincerity across the four corners. Shalom, peace and blessings to the sincere listeners and the sincere subscribers of the Men Doctrine Great Millstone. Until next time, Shalom.